Should we turn it off? Are we good?
I mean, it's good music, but yeah. Okay. So, yeah, Jerry, welcome back from all these weeks of going to conferences.
Yes, thank you. It's great to be back in the United States of America.
Yes, it's you went to basically 3 conferences, right?
Yes.
One is SAS, which is Strategic Analytics Summit in Las Vegas.
Yep.
And you were speaking at that conference. You also went to Data Literacy Conference in south of France. You were also speaking in there, and you conducted a workshop.
Yep.
And then you went to Click's Data Revolution trip.
Correct.
In London.
As a participant.
Yes, this time. And you're going to TC18 Tableau Conference in New Orleans.
Next week.
Next week. Yeah, there you
Monday.
go. Okay, so tell me about it. How was that adventure?
Everything was great. The Strategic Analytics Summit was a really nicely put together event in Las Vegas. We got to see...
Who was the target audience?
It was mostly executive level and director, vice president kind of level in analytics. So a lot of people from municipalities around Nevada were there, as well as some pretty big name companies. So it was really great. I spoke obviously about data literacy, but the whole conference itself was about data, big data, blockchain, AI, those types of trends.
What was the feedback to your talk? I mean, it seems like that was not really the theme of the conference, but one of the major topics. So how did people react to that?
There was a very positive reaction. A lot of people kind of nodding their heads, and I don't think they were really expecting. I don't think they were really...
That is a good sign. If people nod.
And not playing with their phones and their laptops and stuff, so that's always good. But there were a lot of people nodding, and I don't think they were expecting to hear conversation about data literacy or a presentation on it. And a lot of people came up to me afterwards and said, that really resonated with me and my organization, and kind of had that aha moment of like, wow, you're right. I mean, that talk was more around awareness.
Right. So all right, then you went to France, right?
Yes, and then
right after.
Yes, went to Aix in France. And
wait, Aix?
Aix.
Is that the name of the province, or?
That's the name of the town.
Yeah.
Aix-en-Provence.
Oh, okay.
The locals call it Aix.
Yeah, I mean, like you sounded like we call it Aix. I don't know about you.
That's what we call it when we're there. Very fancy. It's just north of Marseille.
Gotcha. Ooh, nice.
Yeah, it was absolutely beautiful, and the conference was really great. I met a lot of great people who are initiating data literacy efforts in Europe or trying to, and the focus of that talk was mostly around our practical way of implementing data literacy solutions.
Yes, you presented the 5C of data literacy, and I saw a lot of tweets about it. People, I was just monitoring everything virtually,
of course.
But people really, I could tell, loved the idea, and they feel that we needed such framework, and but very interesting. And I think one other thing that was very interesting for me about the conference in general was the diversity of solutions and different viewpoints around data literacy. And all around the world, people are doing different things to create awareness to actually solve this problem.
Right.
What was that experience of listening to a lot of different thoughts and different approaches to data literacy?
What was most interesting to me is kind of, there were a lot of people presenting on data visualization as part of the data literacy ecosystem, and really kind of the importance of plugging in data visualization and making sure people do understand how it works, why it works. That can be a really great first step to educate people on some basic charting and stuff like that, but the more advanced visualizations that we saw from some of the other presenters were really very impressive and just more user experience oriented, ergonomic of use way of exploring data.
Okay. Which, I mean, doesn't sound like something new, but putting it in the context of data literacy, I think.
Exactly, yeah. Putting it in the context of
data visualization, it's been going on for a while, and like a lot of advancements, but I think really like adding that to a data literacy program and like looking at it from the lens of data literacy, it's a new thing. Okay, then how was London?
London was great. I was just there for one day. I had to pick up some curly whirlies, which I still have.
Nice.
And I had the opportunity to go to Click's Data Revolution tour, where they were unveiling their big project, the Data Literacy project, which they're doing in partnership with a bunch of other different companies. It's right now it's a website, the dataliteracyproject.org. It's a really beautiful website, and Jordan, who I got to speak with and meet in person for the first time, but I got to speak with him for about 15 to 20 minutes after, just kind of talking about the vision for the project. And it's something that I think is really great for the community. It's a free website where there's a lot of information and research about data literacy. There's a lot of information about success stories with data and how people are using data in their organizations to drive successful outcomes.
So what is the mission? You talked about the mission. What is the mission of the project?
So the mission of the project is really to, one, raise awareness of data literacy and the lack of it and the problems with it in the world, and two, to provide some direction for how people can get started.
Okay, great. That's fantastic.
With their program, yeah, it's
really a huge gap right now.
It is a huge gap right now. Yeah, I mean it's interesting the parallels that we kind of draw between the Data Literacy Foundation that we started.
And you announced it at the Data Literacy Conference, right?
Yeah, right. Just so it's all happening, and it's all what's really striking me as one of the nice things about data literacy is that it's this effort that has been almost socialized as a social requirement, as incumbent on other humans who are data literate, to empower those who aren't, as opposed to being something that's kind of hoarded and monetized in
corporates and for-profit organizations.
Yeah, everybody we've met is really nice and genuine. That there's a genuine wish to help, and a social responsibility to help.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Perfect.